Hello and welcome to the video. So I had a conversation recently, where basically what they did, we were talking about John 3, born of water, John 3:5, okay? And what they did, they took somebody else's interpretation and said, well, this has to be what it's talking about, okay? What the gentleman does not understand, that that person is somebody else, that person has, church father, if you will, has substituted themselves as the primary audience rather than the person Jesus is actually speaking to. And once you do that, all bets are off from obtaining the author's intent. So what's going on here when a person does that, when they substitute themselves as the primary audience, what they're doing is it's like buying a choose your own adventure book. There are many books where I don't know if you ever purchased any of these books before, but I remember as a kid, I had a couple of these, and it's kind of cool because like you read the story and then it prompts you, okay, if you choose to do this, go to page 76. If you choose to do this, go to page 18 or something like that. Okay, so you choose your own adventure, and that's what's going on here. When a person substitutes themselves as the primary audience, then you are superimposing into the text what you want it to mean, and all bets are off from obtaining the author's intent. Let me say that again. All bets are off from obtaining the author's intent. And the author, in this case, is Jesus himself. Okay? And so, but if we look at it from the perspective of Nicodemus, who Jesus was actually talking to, Jesus responds to Jesus, how can a man be born with, he cannot enter a second time in his mother's womb and be born, can he? So obviously he is confused when Jesus says you must be born again, okay? Born a second time? So naturally the first birth is out of the mother's womb, and he's thinking, well, what are we supposed to do? Enter into his mother's womb the second time for the second birth? See how he's confused? That's where Nicodemus was coming from. He wasn't talking about baptism. Jesus was not talking about baptism, okay? And Jesus answered, and Jesus was actually continuing in the train of thought of Nicodemus. He wasn't going off on this rabbit trail of 21st century interpretation or a 4th century interpretation or a 2nd century interpretation. He was talking to the guy right in front of him, okay? And so he is actually continuing the train of thought of Nicodemus. It's like a normal conversation. And it says, truly, truly, I say to you, Nicodemus, not you, but Nicodemus, continuing the conversation, unless one is born of water and the Spirit, he cannot enter the kingdom of God. Now, if you're confused on that, okay, again, he's continuing conversation with Nicodemus, continue to flow, and continuing on, that which is born of flesh is flesh. So that born of water is flesh, But born of spirit is spirit, that is the second birth. So the flesh is the first birth, and the born again, the second birth, is spirit. Okay? Do you see how that connects? There's a continuous flow all the way through. Okay? There's no inserting the text what's not there at this point. Notice that I did not do that. The wind blows where it wishes, and you hear the sound of it, but do not know where it comes from and where it is going. So everyone is born in the Spirit. So in other words, we have no control over this. Alrighty. So I just want to point that out. Just by pursuing the original audience, what it meant to them, then you greatly increase the likelihood of obtaining the author's intent. All right, that's all I have to say. All right, thank you very much, and thank you for watching.